What is up, everybody? Okay, so in the past, I've tested myself for a variety of different things. One of the things that I actually tested myself before was actually Asperger's. It's a form of autism that I'm still learning about. I don't know a whole lot of info, but last time I did a test, it matched me pretty well. I had a pretty high score. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to retest myself to see if anything's changed, and generally, try to see if anything's different. But I want to point something out. Like, I haven't seen anybody comment about this, but I do play with my hair a lot. I actually looked this up. It turns out that's a form of stimming. So, I don't know if I have this or not, but if I do, that probably explains a lot. Why I keep messing with my hair. It just feels nice, I guess. Okay, so the test I'm doing is on Psych Central. Put that right there, so you guys can see that. And it is an autism test. Now, let's see what this says. Use this quiz to help you determine if you might need to see a mental health professional for diagnosis and treatment of autism spectrum disorder. A mental health concern that involves impairment in social interactions with others. Instructions. This is a screening measure to help you determine whether you might have an autism spectrum disorder, including what used to be called Asperger's. Please take the time to fill out the below accurately, honestly, and completely as possible. Okay. Let's see. Age. Okay, 25. 25-year-old other. Not other as in these others, but they had male, female, and other. Alright, number 1. I prefer to do things with others rather than my own. I don't really like working with a lot of people, but I'm not against it either, so I guess I'm kind of I guess I nearly disagree, but not completely. Number 2, I prefer to do things the same way over and over again. Somewhat agree. If I try to imagine something, I find it very easy to create a picture in my mind. I agree. I frequently get so strongly absorbed in one thing that I lose sight of other things. Yeah, I am laser focused. I often notice small sounds when others do not. Yep. I usually notice car number plates or similar strings of information. Yeah, I do very often, actually, especially repeating numbers. I see that a lot. Other people frequently tell me what I said is impolite, even though I think it is polite. Yeah, I guess I agree with that. I sometimes say things that I don't realize are rude to some people. It happens. When I'm reading a story, I can easily imagine what the characters might look like. Yeah. I'm fascinated by dates. Now, this question confuses me whenever I see it. Does it mean dates on a calendar, or dates going on dates? I guess I kind of agree on that one. In a social group, I can easily keep track of several different people's conversations. No, I'm awful at that. I found social situations easy. I somewhat disagree. I tend to notice details that others do not. Yep. I'd rather go to a library than to a party. Definitely. I find making up stories easy. Yeah, I actually used to write stories a lot. I find myself drawn more strongly to people than to things. Somewhat disagree. I don't know. I'm not a big people person. I don't mind people, and I can be very friendly when I need to be, but I don't know. I'm weird that way. I tend to have very strong interests, which I get upset about if I can't pursue. Yes. You guys don't understand. When I couldn't do YouTube for a little bit, I nearly broke down. I'm I want to keep doing this. It's not fair. I lost my mind. I enjoy social chit-chat. No. I don't mind a little bit, I guess, so I guess I somewhat disagree, but I don't like long bouts of chit-chat. That kind of, I don't know. When I talk, it isn't always easy for others to get a word in edgewise. Honestly, it's harder for me to get a word in most of the time, but that's just how I am, so I guess I somewhat disagree. I'm fascinated by numbers. Somewhat. When I'm reading a story, I find it difficult to work out the character's intentions. No, I can... Actually, now that I think about it, I think it depends on the character, though, so somewhat disagree. I don't particularly enjoy reading fiction. No, I love fiction. I find it hard to make new friends. Absolutely agree. I notice patterns and things all the time. Yeah, I actually do. Like, if I look at something enough, I'll start to realize a pattern. I'd rather go to the theater than to a museum. No, I like the museum. It does not upset me if my daily routine is disturbed. I hate having my routines disturbed, especially when it's something I'm really looking forward to. I frequently find that I don't know how to keep a conversation going. Yes! Oh my god, this makes dating so hard because most of the time I'm like, what do you want to talk about? And if they respond with, I don't know, and I'm just like, well, what now? What do we do now? I don't get it. It's hard. Like, it's also part of the reason I have a hard time making friends. 27. I find it easy to read between the lines when someone's talking to me. No. I had to have it explained to me. Especially, like, if someone's, like, flirting with me, I'd be like, are you flirting with me or are you playing around? I can't tell. I usually concentrate more on the whole picture rather than on the small details. Nah. I like the small details. I'm not very good at remembering phone numbers. Yes! Oh my god, it took me so long to remember mine. I don't usually notice small changes in a situation or a person's appearance. Yeah, I had a situation in high school. There was this girl I really liked, and this is gonna sound really stupid. She was wearing purple contact lenses. I didn't notice, and like she was like blinking cutely at me to see if I noticed it, and I didn't even pay attention. Like I was like, oh, do you have braces or something? And she's like, no, my eyes. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And yeah, I pretty much ruined any chance with her. I don't know how to tell if someone close to me is getting bored. Yeah. I don't like that about myself. I don't like when I bore people. I find it easy to do more than one thing at once. No. I get overwhelmed. Unless it's like one or two things, like I'm talking to a camera and doing this, that's easy, because I can just, I'm used to doing this. But if I'm like talking to someone, listening to a game audio, and I've got my phone going, can't do all that. When I talk on the phone, I'm not sure when it is my turn to speak. Somewhat agree. I enjoy doing things spontaneously. Kinda? I think it depends on who I'm with. I'm often the last to understand the point of a joke. Somewhat agree. I find it easy to work out what someone is thinking or feeling just by looking at their face. Kinda? If there's an interruption, I can switch back to what I was doing very quickly. Yeah. I'm good at social chit-chat. No. I disagree on that one. People often tell me that I keep on going on and on about the same thing. Yes. You get me started on a topic that I enjoy, I'm gonna keep talking about it. When I was young, I used to enjoy playing games and pretend with other children. Yeah. Number 41. I like collecting information about categories of things, types of cars, birds, trains, or plants. I do that with sharks. And dinosaurs, and weapons, and all kinds of stuff. I find it difficult to imagine what it would be like to be someone else. Yeah. I like to carefully plan any activities I participate in. Yes, I need a plan, a solid plan. I enjoy social occasions. Kinda disagree. I find it difficult to work out people's intentions. Yeah. New situations make me anxious. Yes. I enjoy meeting new people. I mean, I do. I don't mind meeting new people. I'm a good diplomat. I believe somebody told me this means I'm good at talking, or something like that. Sure, a little bit. I'm not very good at remembering people's date of birth. Yeah, I'm terrible at that. And number 50, I find it very easy to play games with children that involve pretending. Yes. Score my quiz. Let's see what I got. Huh. I got a score of 33. It's likely. Based on your responses to this autism screening measure, it appears that you may have issues or concerns similar to those diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder or Asperger's. People who score similarly sometimes qualify for a diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. People with this disorder often have to cope with severe and sustained impairment in social interaction and develop restricted, repetitive patterns of behavior, interests, and activities. Oh, jeez. This should not be taken as a diagnosis of any sort or recommendation for treatment. However, it may be advisable and likely beneficial for you to seek further diagnosis. Yeah. So, obviously, it's not a full-on, like, oh yeah, you have this kind of thing. But it's saying, you know, maybe you should go get checked out. So, obviously, I've done this before. I got a very similar result back then. So, I guess next time I get into therapy, whatever that's going to be, I'll say, hey, can you test me for, Asperger's or what have you, to see what's going on in my brain, because I got a lot going on upstairs. Oh my god. Like, every time I do a test like that, it throws me for a loop, because it's just like, you think that you got everything figured out about your brain, and then you start to think about it a little bit, and then you realize you don't really know anything. And, learning about yourself is fun and everything, but it's, like, jarring when you take tests and they're just like, hey, you might have this. And, obviously I'm not taking that as concrete evidence that I do or anything, but I do notice very similar traits between me and other people who have, have autism. And even if I did, I don't think it would hinder me too much. Like, yeah, I would have to think about things a little differently, but I don't believe that it would, like, actively, like, impair me from doing what I like to do, which is this. But yeah, that was really interesting. This will be the last test I do with that one. Honestly, I just wanted to do, like, a secondary test to see if it's going to be the same result, if anything changed, if it was just, like, something I was going through, but apparently it's still pretty damn high, so, got a migraine. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you stopping by. Always do. If you like what I do here, like, comment, subscribe, all that good kind of stuff. It really helps me out a lot, especially with this algorithm. It is a mess. Remember, you're beautiful, you're valid, and you're important. That is very, very, very important to me and everyone up here. And I will see you in the next video that I make. So until then, goodbye.